put your hands together for National Director Danny Piper.
Thank you. Thank you. Guys, today's going to be an incredible day. I'm so excited. Are you guys excited as I am? You know, CCM's putting together some things that have been incredible. You know, several of the national directors got together with Doug Teske last night. Didn't get to bed till 2:30 in the morning last night. And man, we're so excited. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to go through the presentation, and it's my firm belief that if you can fully comprehend what I'm going to share with you today, you won't sleep good tonight. So if you go home and sleep like a baby, we need you back here again next week because you didn't get it, right? So, you know, as I was growing up, I was always told if you want to make a lot of money, that you better be a good, honest, educated, hardworking person. Is that what you guys were taught? Well, how many good, honest, educated, hardworking people you know that are broke? Great attributes to have, but it does not create financial independence. And what I began to realize is when I first got started, people began to share with me what it took to create financial wealth, and I began to look at the people that were sharing this with me, and they were struggling. And my mentor told me something that changed my life. He said, never take financial advice from somebody that you wouldn't trade places with. The vehicle changes everything. Leverage changes everything. Guys, that's why I'm so excited to share this with you today. If you begin to look at our compensation plan, you look at our company, you see what's taken place, it is absolutely incredible. Our company was founded by this gentleman right here, Mr. Doug Teske, and Doug's got an amazing story. Doug was a professional hockey player, and as his career began to wind down, he found himself playing hockey over in Europe. He moves back to Toledo, Ohio, and he started a company called Options Utility Consulting. And over the years, that company began to gather over $80 million worth of energy billing. So Doug began to look at this model and he says, what if there was a way that we could gather more customers than we ever dreamt possible? How could we do that? And that's how CCM was started. The company that you'll begin to recognize behind me is 100% debt-free, A rating with the Better Business Bureau. As this business goes forward, you're going to see a massive explosion. And what I want people to really begin to understand is that IGS Energy, the largest privately held energy company in the United States today, acquired a percentage of the company just a few years ago. Why does a big multi-billion-dollar company acquire another company? What do they see? Well, IGS Energy, it's powerful. How many of you guys have got a chance to take a tour of IGS Energy? Raise your hand. Is it incredible or what? When you see energy being bought and sold in real time, when you see the call center with over 112 people, when you're in this amazing facility, man, it brings your belief level up very rapidly. So here's what I want to do. With over 1 million customers, we put together something that's pretty incredible. Even the experts are saying so. If you look at people like Warren Buffett, who said, and I quote, energy will be the largest transfer of wealth of our lifetimes. Any of you guys like to watch Kramer? I do. Mad Money. He's got the bells, the whistles, the horns, right? What I like about Jim Cramer is he tells you like it is. He may not like it or dislike it, but he'll tell you, right? And then you've got Bill Gates, who says energy deregulation is the next major market to be involved with. So you've got some pretty affluent people saying some pretty incredible things. Would you listen to them? They gave you financial advice, sit across the kitchen table from you. Would you listen to them? So I want to talk for just a moment. What is energy deregulation? Well, our government has stepped in to begin to break up the energy monopolies. And what they said is from now on, one of two things will take place. You will either deliver the energy through your natural gas and transmission lines, or you'll be the company that simply buys the commodity and pushes it through those lines. These companies will no longer do both. And by simply giving you the choice to choose who your supplier is, it creates competition in the marketplace, which does what to prices? Brings them down, right? Substantially down. So if you look at this chart right here, what this chart tells us is how the way that traditional energy has been distributed. You've got your energy company, your power plant that simply delivers that energy through natural gas and transmission lines and sells it back to the consumer. And now all we're doing is adding that different electric supplier in there for you to choose from. Guys, that's all energy deregulation is. And if people understand that, they'll understand why they need to switch. Now, our energy footprint is very simple. It's in 34 states, but it's growing exponentially. So let me give you an example. If you look in the northwest corner of the entire United States, you're going to see it's all blue states. There's no energy there yet. That's the future. That's what's coming. The southern part of the United States, from California clear across to North Carolina, you're going to begin to identify it's all natural gas with the exception of Texas. But the state of Ohio and the entire Northeast is what we refer to as a dual fuel state. It means we have electricity, natural gas, both commercial and residential. We've got the whole thing. We've got the potential right now to tap into a market that is incredible, a $750 billion a year industry. When the entire United States open up, it will be over a $1.4 trillion a year industry and growing, right? Is that exciting to you guys as it is for me? Take a look at this pie chart behind me. What you're going to begin to identify, I want you to focus on the green slice of the pie. The green slice of the pie tells us who's consuming energy on a residential basis. Now, in the state of Ohio, we got about 12.6 million residents. It still only represents 13% of energy consumed. Look at the blue slice of the pie. Almost 80% of all energy consumed is commercial. And I tell people all over the country, there's two ways to create financial independence. You can either deal with 1,000 millionaires or 1,000,000 thousandaires. We just happen to do both. Does that make sense? So I want to share with you real quick how our CAP division was developed. Our CAP division was developed to get expertise to help you close energy bills. So let's just say I walked into a place of business. My good friend Mike Valley down here owns a financial planning service. I go in Mike's office and I say, hey Mike, listen, I don't know if I can help you or not, but if you'll give me a copy of your last month's bill, I can have it analyzed for you for free just to make sure that you're not being overcharged. Now, when Mike gives me a copy of that bill, I'm simply going to take that bill and upload that information through my back office and email it to the company. At that point, the CAP division takes over. These guys are going to take the bill. They're going to do the complete analysis. They will then contact the customer. They will close the transaction. The only thing left is our favorite part. You simply get paid every month. They pay their bill from this point on. Does that make sense? So what did we have to do? Get the bill. All we had to do was get the bill. Let the experts close the energy. Guys, this is how we can build a book of business that's absolutely crazy. Now, I want to share with you a few analysis real quick. This first analysis right here, this was a large church right here in Ohio. And if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see that their annual usage was 914,000 kilowatts of electricity annually. Now, we saved them over $29,000, which was a 37% savings. If they did a 2-year transaction, we saved them over $54,000. In a 3-year transaction, we saved them over $70,000. At the bottom of the screen, it'll show in red from January clear through December what the customer is currently paying, in green how much we were able to save them. How many of you guys would agree with me that this is a pretty valuable document to a place of business? You'd like to have this, right? I want to share this next slide with you because this next slide is very similar, but it simply talks about commissions a little bit better. If you look at the top part of the slide, you're going to see that this was a large food service. This food service consumed 22,368,000 kilowatts of electricity annually. Compensation. We pay $1,000 per million kilowatts for electricity. So if they're consuming 22,368,000 kilowatts, what's the commission? $22,368, right? How many of those would you like to have? That's the right answer. All of them, right? So I want to talk about natural gas for just a second, because if you look at natural gas, you're going to see that we are the Saudi Arabia of natural gas. The United States is, right? We have made some of the largest natural gas deposits in the United States have been discovered. And guys, we're on a course for the next couple hundred years by some experts of what we've got to look forward to. I want to focus on the left-hand side of the slide for just a moment, because it's going to show you October clear through February. And it's showing that's the most highest consumption of the entire year. And look, people are paying the most in those times. They're on a variable rate. So if I tell people today, hey, listen, I'm going to buy a house, and this house, we're going to purchase this house on a variable interest rate. What do you think about that? You're going to say you're crazy, right? Why would you say that? Because interest rates are at historical lows. Well, so is natural gas. We locked this school in. This is a school in Michigan at 574, cheaper than they had ever paid. Saved them over $10,000. On commercial natural gas, we pay 6 cents per MCF. 6 cents per MCF. And I don't know about you, but that is a tremendous amount of money. The next slide is going to be about commercial telecom. Commercial telecom is almost as big as natural gas. It's a 50-state opportunity. And when you look at commercial telecom, it's not just long distance lines. It's any type of communication, whether it be fax lines, whether it be internet, whether it be cell phones, whether it be TV, whether it be any type of communication whatsoever, all right? Let me share with you some of the analysis that we're doing on commercial telecom. This particular bill right here, you're gonna see they were paying about $1,939 a year. We saved them on this one small business $926 a month, which was over $11,000 a year savings. Commercial telecoms, 2.5% of the entire bill. So when you look at commercial telecom, when you look at electricity and natural gas, both commercial and residential, the future is incredible, incredible. The third part of our equation is going to be home automation. Guys, home automation is the business that's coming. And what this does is this bridges the gap for us to have an energy opportunity in all 50 states. And if you look at what's taking place with home automation, we're going to give you some incredible things at an amazing competitive advantage in retrospect to not only the system itself, but the price that we offer. So on this home automation system, what you're going to begin to see is we've got this beautiful screen. It's got an amazing screen. On that screen, I can do anything. It will control all my energy in my household. From my smartphone, I can change that. We've got a water moisture detection system. Anybody here ever had a house basement flooded? How expensive was that, right? How'd you like to have gotten a text message before it took place? How much money would that have saved you? The fact of the matter is, when you begin to look at our home automation system, this app that runs everything, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And let me tell you something, I'm not a computer person. I'm not. I got this, right? I got this. If I got this, you'll have no issues whatsoever. All right? And we can go through and we can look at all these great things that the home automation offers. But here's something I want to share with you, how it's going to save you money. If someone could share with you right now how you could reduce your monthly spend on your utilities by about 23% a year, is that something that makes sense to you? 23%? How many people do you think would say, nah, I'd rather pay more? Nobody, right? It's simple savings. Do you realize this system will detect when somebody's in your house or not? And when no one's home, it'll automatically turn your thermostat down by 5 degrees. How many people get dressed in the morning to run out of the house, they're at a busy day? How many people actually stop to turn down the thermostat? Doesn't happen. How many people know that the number 5 consumed device in your house for energy is the gaming systems? How'd you like to be able to say, 11 o'clock, hey son, off? From the smartphone, right? Guys, it's powerful. It's a really unique system. Now remember, most home automation systems, they try to tell you about the features and the values, but they never tell you about the back-end cost. Do you guys agree with that? Yes or yes? Hey, we're on the same page. I want to share with you the 3 highest competitors in the marketplace that are trying to compete against us. And you're going to begin to realize that they're $39.95, $49.95, and $57.99 a month. How'd you like to get hit with that every single month? Do you realize we can offer everything I shared with you and so much more? I can't even get into it today because of time restraints. All for $9.95? Does that make sense? Powerful. So it is a true 50-state opportunity, and what you're going to begin to find is that this business is concentrated specifically on products and services that can generate tremendous amounts of money into your household. And as you begin to look at the business itself, guys, I want people to know how they can get started. What's the easiest way to get started in the business? Well, there's actually 2 ways now. The first way is you'll be able to get started in the business for $199. $199, okay? And you're gonna have a $24.95 month licensing fee, or you can come in the business and purchase that home automation kit that's gonna reduce your monthly spend by 23% for a simple $298. Do you know how powerful it is to get paid every time someone flips on a light switch? Yes. Every time someone heats their house? Every time a business owner turns on the lights, you get paid? Every time any type of commercial or industrial supplier uses energy, you can absolutely tap into that. You know how powerful that is. It's a residual income, and I know a lot of people really enjoy the 60, 80, 90-hour week deal. I'm just trying to show you a little bit of a shortcut. Does that make sense? All right. So remember, there's also going to be the $9.95 app. There's going to be the $24.95 a month licensing fee, okay? Powerful ways, powerful tools. So remember, if you get started in the business, if you're already in the business, between now and the 1st of June, you're going to be able to get that home automation kit for $199. Guys, we want to see everybody get that accomplished, get that done. And remember, all the apps, they're all commissionable. Every single one, every single month, okay? So here comes the fun part of the business. With our business, we really do two things. We have brokers who come in the business, and they simply go out and they gather customers each and every day. They gather customers, electricity, natural gas, commercial, residential, home automation, commercial telecom. The other thing that we can do is we can begin to build a business, build a team. So we're going to gather some name brand companies, some loyal customers, and we're simply going to begin to introduce the business to other people. And why would we do that? So we can acquire additional distribution points. Think about it just like a franchise. Why does McDonald's build additional stores? Because each store gathers additional customers, right? So I want to share with you how you get started. You sign up in the business, you become an independent broker. Let's just say that you bring a broker in, you sign them up with a website, they purchase their home automation kit, you're going to generate a $50 commission right there, okay? Now, every broker who comes in the business will have to have 3 customers. So your website's a customer because it's got the service that's got the CAP division connected to it, right? You can gather an electric bill, you can gather a gas bill, commercial telecom, Go Mobile Card, some of the other services we have, and that right there is going to release a $100 bill to you. So far, so good. Now, everybody will eventually need to have a total of 10 customers. So you go out, you gather additional 7 customers. There's your 10 customers. They just released another $100 bill to you. So just getting started in the business, you already got $200. You've already got your money made back. Does that make sense? You guys with me here so far? Okay, gotcha. So check this out. Let's just say you went out and you introduced the business to your colleague, Sarah, okay? Sarah comes in the business, and when Sarah comes in the business, you're going to generate a $50 bill, but more importantly, you're now going to make what we refer to as a check match each and every time that Sarah ever gathers a bill from this point on. You say, this works out pretty good, so I share it with my colleague Mike. When Mike comes in the business, the exact same thing takes place with Mike. Now, I want you to realize that as soon as you have your first 2 brokers in the business, you've now advanced to the title of managing broker. And as a managing broker, they're now going to pay you a $75 bill and a 20% check match. So as soon as you have a total of 12 brokers in your business, you then advance to the title of regional director. Now, as a regional director, we always joke around, we say RD stands for Raining Dough. Because as a regional director, you're now going to make a 30% check match off of all the billing that takes place. And when that takes place, they're going to cut you a check for a $100 bill for bringing that broker in who purchases the website. See, sometimes I think people give me the dull stare of a dairy cow like they don't know what I'm talking about, right? They're like, 30%? Listen, let me ask you a question. How would you like to have 30% of everybody's annual income sitting in this room right now? Does that change anything? Sometimes I feel like it's just numbers on a page, but at the end of the day, guys, we're talking about life-changing money that can change everything, all right? So here's the good news. Now, every single time that a broker comes in somebody else's broker's business, right? You're now going to make a 20% check match, and you're going to make a $50 bill, get this now, through infinity. How far? Infinity. This is the only business that I've ever actually seen that, quite frankly, you don't even have to be good at this business. You just need somebody in your business that is good, and you'll override everything they ever do, right? Try that at your JOB. I'm not good, but he is. Can I stay? Good luck with that one, right? So, the genius behind our business right here is this. We have something that's referred to as a power play. So once you advance to the title of regional director, you got your 12 brokers in the business, we have something called a power play. Every 12 brokers that come in your regional director business, the company's going to cut you a check for $1,000. Here's the best part I like about this. These are a lot of fun. Every single time that 50 brokers come in your business, they're going to cut you a check for $5,000. They're waking up. They're waking up. Right? Is that hot or what? I almost kissed Doug last night. I almost did. Sorry, honey. So, here's the good news. We've got 5 major levels of compensation with our company. Everybody that joins the business, they start off as an IB, an independent broker. As soon as you have your first 2 brokers in the business, you advance to the title of managing broker. How many managing brokers we got in the room? Right? For managing broker, you have a total of 12 between your IB and MB code. You advance to the title regional director, and then executive director and national director. Listen, I'm going to tell you something straight up. The main reason I joined this business is when I looked at that national director right there and I seen 50% I was in, stick a knife in me. I was done. Where in the world can you go and make a 50% override on anything? It doesn't exist. The fact of the matter is, people can come into our business, build that second stream of income that is so powerful. It's life-changing for so many people. I see it take place all the time. So we also have something that's referred to as a broker retention bonus. Now, I don't want to confuse anybody here, but this is the only part of our compensation plan that only pays through 7 levels. Everything else pays through infinity. So let's just say I bring my friend Ken into the business. Ken would fall in my level 1, which means I'm going to generate an extra $2 per month just because Ken has in the business. Does that make sense? Ken goes out, he brings in his friend Rick. When Rick comes in the business, Rick would fall in my level 3, which is going to generate me a $1 extra per month. $1 on levels 2 through 6, an additional $2 on level 7. Now, I realize that math works in perfect worlds. People don't. All right? But in a perfect world, that right there by itself would pay out an extra $32,000 a month. Let's just say you get right out of awful just into terrible. Let's say that you failed 90% of the time. That's an extra $3,200 a month. Guys, listen, when I grew up as a kid, if my mother could have made an extra $3,200 a month, it'd have changed everything, right? And that's only off the broker retention, and that's the only part of our compensation plan that only pays through 7 levels. So what I want people to understand as I conclude here, it's very simple. Listen, over the last 5 years, this company has built a business. We've established a business. We've gathered so much energy. We're changing people's lives financially. But the next 5 years will be life-changing for you. The next 5 years could change everything, but people got to make the decision. Make the decision to get started. Ask yourself, am I where I want to be today? If I don't change something, if I don't do something different, where will I be tomorrow? The future is extremely bright. We want to see you guys make the decision to get started. We want to see you guys get promoted. We want to see you financially radically change your lives and a lot of people's lives around you. And with that being said, God bless you. Thank you. If you'd like more information on what you've just seen, please feel free to contact me. You can reach me by phone at area code 614-554-4029, or you can email me at dan@myteamvision.com.